Welcome friends. In this video tutorial we're going to go over the Diffeomorphic Daz to Blender plugin and look at how we can use that to import facial motion capture files to our Blender scene with our Daz characters in it and apply those to our Daz character. So for example, this is a Genesis 8.1 male with a few changes I made to it along the way, and I'm going to use motion capture files from either FaceCap or from Epic Live Link. However, for this one I'm using the FaceCap application, and I'll show you why I prefer that one in a few moments. But you can use either one, but you have to have a iPhone 10 or higher, and also you will want to you will also want to have an iPad 3rd generation or higher. I'm using the iPad right now. So with that being said, I think you've seen enough of the actual end product, so let's go ahead and get started and see how we can do this. Alright, so here we are. We're assuming that you have taken your motion capture with FaceCap and transferred the FaceCap motion capture data as a TXT file. Not the FBX file, but a TXT file, and put it somewhere where you can access it on your computer. So I'm assuming that you've already done that. And then I have Blender. I'm using Blender 3.3.0, and I am using the Diffeomorphic Daz Importer 1.6.1. So the first thing I'm going to do is import a Genesis 8.1 male, and I can do that either from clicking Easy Import Daz or going to File, Import Easy Daz. So let's go import the character. Select the DUF file, and the things I am most concerned about as far as options are merge rigs, so that the different clothing rigs aren't separate. I click merge toes just because it doesn't matter for this tutorial, but I always click that. The most important things are FACS and FACS, or FACS expressions. The FACS option will allow us to import the motion capture data that we need. Click Easy Import Daz. Oops, it said I didn't select the file. Sometimes you got to make sure your file is highlighted. So after you select all those options, make sure that it's like highlighted blue or whatever your selection color is. Let's try that again. This will take a few moments, so we'll be back when that is done. Alright, we are back. Our character has imported. Again, this is a Genesis 8.1 male, and that is somewhat important because I want to show what's going on with the beard. Let's click on the beard, and I want to make sure that what I expected to happen has happened, and we don't have any shape key data for the beard. So if we go under morphs, and let's say go under FACS units, and we'll go to something like the jaw. Let me expand this out a little bit so we can see the names. If I do like jaw open, for the most part it does follow, but sometimes you have like a beard, and it could depend on the actual Daz item that you select. Sometimes the beard won't follow the mouth at all, and it's because it doesn't have the shape keys available. In this case it mostly does, but if you ever need to fix that, I'll show you how to do that here. Let's see, let's do a smile right quick. So the jaw opening, it was following a bones, I believe, so that's why that one worked. But now that I'm doing a smile, it doesn't follow as much. So that's probably a better example. You see the smile, but you see the beard not following the smile. All right, so to fix this, and also I'm going to delete these glasses because we don't need them for this tutorial. We see also that the eyelashes do not follow the shape keys. And this particular character has added on eyebrows, so I want to take care of all those at the same time. So what I would do is move up in the importer under the morph section, not the one we're on, but this morph section up near the top. And what we need to use is the transfer shape keys tool. And we activate that by clicking on our meshes that we want to transfer the shape keys to. So our targets. So I want to do 3 targets. So I'm going to click on the beard, hold shift, click on the eyelashes. Continuing to hold shift, I'll click on the eyebrows. Lastly, holding shift, I will also click on the source of our shape keys, which is the body mesh. So I'll click here. Then let's click on transfer shape keys. And honestly, we'll probably need most of these, all the ones that start with FACS_BS or _CBS. So the only ones we don't need are these few up here. And even then, you could probably leave most of these checked, but I'm going to uncheck these. The more of these you use and the longer the more of these you use, the longer it takes to do the transfer, so. I think this is going to take a while, so we'll be back when this finishes. Alright, so that completed. You don't really get any notification other than that window disappearing. But if you check each mesh, you see that it has the shape keys added to it. So let's go back to the bottom morph window, and let's go to, let's say, mouth smile. Click on 1 for that. And we see that the beard has now more or less conformed to the smile shape, where it did not do so before. Without, with, you can see the difference. All right, with that done, we can now do what we came to do and import facial motion capture data. And we do that by going to the FACS units, and under there we have an import FaceCap file option. If you did live link, you can do it that way, but I feel like this gives us fewer options, such as frame rate. Whereas with FaceCap, you get the frame rate information option, which is needed if you have other any mocap data or keyframe set to a certain frame rate, such as 30, which is what I'm going to use. Then you want this mocap data to also match that. So if I already had, say, a mocap file applied to my character, and then I want to add this FaceCap data to it, I want them to match. And that's where you can set that data. Also important, if you already have keyframes or other data applied to your character, you do not want this to be a new action. What new action does is wipe away all your keyframes and then apply this file to your character. So if you already had something applied to your character, you would want to uncheck this. So I'll do that now. Right now it doesn't matter because we haven't done anything else with this character, but for that example, I would have this unchecked. Head rotation, same thing. This says, hey, I want to use the head rotation data from FaceCap. However, if I had other data, other keyframes already applied to my character, and I'd rather use that and just have the face changes happen, I would uncheck this. In this case, I'm going to leave it checked because I don't have any other data. And I almost always have eyes rotation checked. So we're going to go ahead and find our TXT file from FaceCap and import FaceCap file. This will take a few moments, so we'll be back when this is done. All right, we are back with our facial motion capture data applied to our character. If I click on the armature, you can see all the keyframes applied, and I'm just zooming out on my timeline to see how many keyframes is around 2600. So I'll just enter that in my timeline. Now I want to do view frame all just to get all that applied. I'm going to change the visibility on my armature just so you can see more clearly the changes in my timeline as I kind of scrub through to see that the motion capture data has been applied. It's kind of a lot going on, so you can't really drag it, and it does it in real time. There's too many keyframes at this time. Also, if you go to the animation workspace, and I'll select all the bones by selecting A. I was hoping to see, all the bones listed, but let me go back here to go back to layout and select the armature. There we go. With that selected, you can see all the keyframes for every body part, every morph, and so on and so forth. Which is right now just the head, upper head, and all the FACS. If we scroll down here, so you can see a lot is going on to make all this work. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this is a nice tip on how to import facial motion capture data to your Daz characters in Blender. Let me know in the comments what you plan to use this for, and stay tuned for more tutorials like this. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.